Hello, I hope you're doing well. So today I wanted to talk about, I've been doing some stream of consciousness writing. I've talked about this already a few times. And it's interesting. I had done this many years ago, and then I stopped, and I've started again. I don't do it every day, although I probably should. I've purchased I have one of these at work, and I got one for myself because it's very handy. I'll show you an empty page. It's a planner, and it has, it's a daily planner, and I mean, the only problem is it has only from 7 a.m. till 10. I'm usually up later than 10, but whatever. I'm making it work. It's just a helpful guide to keeping basically time management, right? Because I found that I was just wasted so much time. And it makes you really hone in, like when people are on a diet and they start writing down the calories of everything they put in their mouth. Not everything can be tracked. What's wrong? But don't mind me. Okay. Right, it's along those lines, right? Where you keep track of everything that you do or that you want to do. You write it down, the time that you want to do it, so that you can keep, like for example, I allow myself to watch YouTube videos, and I watch different types of things, you know? I don't watch TV. I barely watch Netflix. So I look for stuff on YouTube that is going to teach me something, inspire me, stuff like that, right? Make me think even more than I already do. But I can get lost in that. Like hours can go by, okay? And then I'm like, oh shoot, I had wanted to do this, this, and this. And now it's time to go to bed, to sleep, because I have to work the next day. So I've started to sort of try to keep track of, at least write down the things that I want to accomplish in the afternoon when I come home from work and I'm so exhausted. So I have to definitely keep track, right? Because I can easily just sit and watch YouTube stuff. Even though it's teaching me or inspiring me, it's just one thing that I can do for hours. I don't want to waste that much time. Even though it's helping me, I need to be more action oriented, right? So it's been really helpful. This isn't what I wanted to talk about, by the way. But I was gonna mention that I'm going to include in my hourly sort of activities at some point, I'm gonna put just, you know, usually throughout the day there's a subject matter that comes up that strikes your fancy, right? That catches your attention. At least for me, it happens that way. So whatever that is, you know, I write it down. And it's been happening to me when I watch YouTube videos or just in regular conversations, something will pop up in my head and I'll be like, oh, I gotta ponder on this, whether it's an internal thought within myself or something someone else said, whatever. So yeah. So stream of consciousness is basically just tuning in, like sitting in a quiet space, even if you have to put earplugs in and something to block out external noise. I always have some white, I don't use white noise. That frequency doesn't sit well with me. I have frequency issues. Like I can hear electricity through cables, that kind of thing, okay? Yeah, I'm sensitive to certain sounds. So the one that is more pleasing to me is brown noise. And when I found out that there were all kinds of color noise, I was like, oh, let me hear the blue. Let me hear white. I know white, the black. And I settled on brown. Brown is more comforting for me. I've also at work, this is so off topic of what I wanted to talk about, but bear with me. At work, I've been listening to drown out the outside noises. Again, I've become even more sensitive to sound than I have been in the past. I'm a conundrum. I'll tell you what, I'm a conundrum. At work, because it's work, I want to drown out other sounds if I need to focus on something I'm working on. But in my car, I am blasting Metallica or any other music I'm listening to, and that doesn't bother me because I'm free, right? Freedom sounds different. It makes everything sound different and taste different, and yeah. That's my goal in life, is to find freedom. One of my main goals. Anyway, all right. So, what's my point? Darn it. What was my point? I interrupt myself a lot too. I've always done that though. Like I'll start talking to someone and I'll complete the sentence in my head and I'll just keep moving on, and the person's standing there like, wait, what? You didn't finish that sentence. And I'm like, yeah, I did. No, you didn't. Oh, in my head I did. How am I supposed to know? All right. Oh, forget it. I don't know what my point was. I'm so sorry. Let me just get back on track. About the automatic writing. It's very helpful because you're tuning into, that's what it was. That's where, okay, I found myself back. I found it. I usually have some brown noise on, or you can put earplugs if you live in a noisy area, whatever. You can tune other external noises out, right? So that you can focus on your inner voice, your inner sound, and just start writing. Like I said before, at some point, just if you're thinking of a word like, I don't know, chocolate, that's a word I would be thinking of. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, just write it down, and then you're gonna start writing down all the other words, and then there's something that starts to happen. There's a rhythm and a process. You're tuning into a place that has knowledge that you are not fully conscious of. You're tuning and tapping into that. Maybe it's knowledge from above you, outside of you, from another place. Tuning into that and letting it flow out so that then you can read it. It's very nice. I like it. It's awesome. Everyone should try it at least once. All right, let me get to it. So the theme for this particular session for me was living your authentic life. And it's a thing because I find that I am not living my full authentic life. I'm on my way to that. I've run into a couple bumps along the road, right? And that's the way it is. And you have to be, those bumps along the road of your goals, of your life, can be very distracting and discouraging. Don't let the bumps make you want to quit or give up. They're all learning opportunities. And I've come to understand that. I don't know how, I know the lesson I can see the lessons I'm supposed to be learning. I just don't know exactly how to go about doing it yet, right? But I'm aware. I'm aware that these bumps in the road that I'm coming across in my path are opportunities for growth, okay? It can still be frustrating. It can still be downright maddening. It is what it is. Okay, so living your authentic life. And I'm just gonna read what the stuff I wrote, right? It might be, I don't know, it might make sense, it might not. I'm okay with that. I think for eventually it makes sense. So, making choices that are best for you. That's how you live your authentic life. You make choices that are best for you. People will say, how selfish of you, how self-absorbed of you. That's a tough one. Because yes, on the surface, through the eyes of our 3D bodies, our 3D lives, yes, it seems selfish. But those very people that, and I'll talk about them later, they're not coming from a place of purity. They are not themselves living their own authentic lives, or else they would support you in the decisions that you are making, these choices that you're making. They would recognize how you are on your path, and they would support you because they too are on their path. But that's not what's happening. Okay, most of the people in our lives are not following their own path. That's why someone like me pursuing this, because I've become a bit more isolated. I can't identify with most people now because they don't identify with me, because they don't recognize what I'm doing. They think I'm weird or crazy or what, X, Y, and Z, right? So they don't, it bothers them. What are you doing? What are you into, voodoo now? I have heard these things. And so it takes a lot of inner strength and knowing what my path is and knowing that no one is going to get in my way. It requires a lot of inner strength. But I got plenty of that. I got plenty. Like, I can bottle them up. I could bottle up enough because it spills over. I got the inner strength. I can bottle that shit and sell it. Okay? It's not about me. Let me keep talking. Let me keep reading. Well, it is about me because I'm sharing the reason why I can write this is because I'm experiencing it. That's why I'm doing these videos that maybe 1 or 2 people are watching. Okay? Because I need to share my experience. It's part of my mission that I am fulfilling. This is part of my mission to help others understand what the process is, because a lot of other videos that talk about the same stuff have a really beautiful presentation, right? They're like, it's like a professional production. They have 5 cameras and they've put makeup and they have lighting, and you know, they don't have this background. They don't have a bed liner that is still not fixed because I don't want to get my fat ass on the floor to fix it. Right? They have like perfect production. I'm a real person. I'm fat. I have issues. I want to present the real journey here. I'm not fake. This is who I am. This is who I am on a regular basis, whether I'm at work. And you know, it's taken me quite a few years to be comfortable with being myself, because many a time, part of my frustrations, whether at work or wherever, were because I held myself in, because I was so different from everybody else. Well, now I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm different from everybody else. I'm actually proud of that. My, how the tables have turned. I'm still me. I'm still as me as ever. I'm more me than ever. Because now I can be myself. I'm not saying I don't have insecurities. I'm not saying that I don't sometimes feel like, oh, maybe I should hold back here or there. I still do that when appropriate. But for the most part, I have claimed who I am. You think I'm crazy? I don't give a fuck. You think I'm a witch? Maybe I'll become a witch. That sounds very appealing to me. Thanks for the idea. I don't dabble in darkness. I'm trying to tame and conquer my darkness. Right? Anyway. I'm trying to live my most authentic life. I don't know how long I have. I'm not gonna waste another fucking second. If that means that everybody in my life leaves because they are not comfortable with the things I have to say or the things that I am doing, it's okay. I have another community that I can join, or I can go fucking solo. I don't need anybody. It's nice to have people, like-minded people that understand you, that want to know you as you are. And I'm going back to my point of you living your authentic life. Making choices that are best for you, even if that means that others will be dissatisfied with your decisions. You have a responsibility to be loyal to yourself. You have a responsibility to make yourself happy. Okay, now we're going to talk about sacrifice. I'm still making some sacrifices in my life. At this very moment, I'm making some sacrifices. But I'm not a martyr. I'm not crying about it. It's just something that I feel I have to do at this point. Am I wasting my time? No, it's part of my journey. It's teaching me patience. It's teaching me faith and trust that the divine source, that source that I come from, is working its magic behind the scenes, and that I will get my due when it's time. Damn it. There's gonna be a lot of cursing in this one. I don't care. Sacrifice. Ooh, I feel like I'm on fire. I have to check because I had brought a bottle. Oh, never mind. A bottle with ocean water. So I have to double check that I'm not drinking that one. I'm long overdue for going back to the beach. I might skip a day at work. I'll let you know. Sometimes your sacrifices and loyalties to others are not appreciated. They're just taken for granted. Well, shit. Then what's it all for? Are you feeling better about that? They're taking it for granted. And sometimes not only are they not appreciated and taken for granted, they throw it in your face as if you're doing something wrong. What? Pardon? Oh no. All this sacrificing that you're doing? Oh, because so-and-so, whatever, I don't know. You know what sacrifices you're doing. You know what sacrifices you're doing. You know. Sometimes you're very conscious of it, like I am. I'm conscious of the sacrifices I am currently making. And sometimes you're not really quite sure what the hell you're doing. But you feel an obligation. Obligations to do things because so-and-so feels you should do that. Well, that's interesting. Let me just clue you in on something. No one is indispensable. Look it up. If you don't know what that word means, Google it. Someone else, I didn't mean to sound condescending. I didn't mean to sound condescending. There's a lot of words that come out that even I have to look up, okay? Someone else can always do it, whatever it is. So choose your loyalties wisely and your sacrifices wisely. Try to prioritize yourself and the goals that you want to accomplish. Do not let guilt creep in. Guilt. Damn it. If others make you feel bad because your goals don't center around them, or the goals aren't ones they have set for you, be aware that this is manipulation. Straight up manipulation. Their manipulation stems from codependent behaviors and an inability to overcome their shadow side. Look at my previous video about the shadow side. Someone makes you feel bad about something you're doing that is for your own good, and they're making you feel bad about it. They're questioning it. There are no one to question anything that you are doing for yourself. They're manipulating you. And they might not even be aware that they're doing that. You don't manipulate those you claim to love when you are behaving under the influence of your higher consciousness. Manipulation and influence are different things. Okay, someone can say, oh, but I'm just trying to be a good influence. No, bullshit. You're manipulating me. You're trying to get me to do something that you want. You're making me feel guilty, etc., etc., etc. Influence? You share things that have worked for you, so that others might try a version of that for themselves for their ultimate good. Like I'm doing here. I'm trying to be an influence, right? I wouldn't even call it that. I wouldn't call it that. But for this example, I'm sharing with you things that are working for me. And I'm not saying that I'm an awakened, enlightened, ascended master. I'm in the freaking process. But I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel is the light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter and bigger in this process. I'm wheezing. Alright. And the last thing I have here, excuse me, talking about fears. Do not let fears stop you from accomplishing your goals. Fears are a bitch. And they reside in your shadow. That's where they come from. That's where they stem from. That's where they are birthed. In your shadow. This devil stuff. Not the little horned guy. Although maybe for some people. I don't know. But certainly negative energies. Negative energy. Fear, right? Fear resides in your shadow and can stop you in your tracks. Oh yeah. Years can go by with fear paralysis in charge. Straight up. Hello, it's happened to me. I always have something to pick off of myself. I need a monkey. I need a monkey assistant that can pick little things off of me. I'll read it again because I interrupted. Fear resides in your shadow and can stop you in your tracks. Years can go by with fear paralysis in charge. That's where that negative talk comes in. Maybe this isn't gonna work. This is a stupid idea. What was I thinking? I can't do this. So-and-so is right. I'm an idiot. There's nothing better for me out there. I might as well stick with this shit I'm doing. Or this relationship. Shit. I'm never gonna find anything better out there. Nobody's gonna want me. I'm not attractive enough. I don't have enough money. They're never gonna want me. Well, fudgesicles. Really? That's your shadow trying to keep you in there. And you need to stop that shit. Because you're making assumptions. And you don't know what another person is thinking. Unless you ask them. Then you'll know. I'm just saying. Okay, and this is the last thing. And as I start writing and writing, my chicken scratch becomes more and more horrendous. I'm surprised I can read it. Your life purpose is to pursue those things that bring you joy and satisfaction to your life. This raises the vibration of our world and communities. These goals will change as you evolve and grow. So yeah, you're not gonna have, oh, when you're 21, oh, this is my life purpose, and you're 50 and you're still doing the same thing. It doesn't happen that way. Because as you learn, as you grow, as you experience life, you evolve and you change and you think and you interact with different people, and that's what life is about. And you are influenced, not manipulated by people into maybe, oh, let me try what, it seems like this is working for that person. Let me try that too. That sounds interesting. Let me dabble in that. Oh, that didn't work for me. Let me go here then. It's a beautiful flowing energy. Your life and your life purpose. So it's going to change and evolve as you change and evolve. That's the way it's supposed to be. And this last bit, you'll find happiness as you fulfill your life purpose, right? And it's not just one thing. It's like one thing that has threads of other things that are all connected, and so all of those little things are interconnected and become part of your mission. Not everybody's going to be, like I said a few videos ago, a Mother Teresa or a Gandhi or a Buddha or a Jesus, okay? That's not everybody's purpose. But by you living your authentic life, you are an example for others to follow, for them to live their authentic life, because they see how happy and fulfilled and just freaking smiling and joyful you are. You'll find happiness thus treating others with kindness and positivity and compassion, which leads them to smile and treat others with positivity and to vibrate high. Our goal is to vibe high, right? You smile, you go to the beach, you build a sandcastle, you go into the water, you splash around, you go home, or you have a picnic. All of these examples. Remember the inner child things, the things that your inner child wants to do? Those are the things that bring joy to your life and make you smile and make you not worry so much about the other shit. It becomes a domino effect, right? Because you influence others, they influence others, and then the world becomes a better place. We don't have wars, we don't have all of this horrible negative shit happening if everybody did their part. All it takes is one person. One person can have a huge effect on many. And imagine those having an effect on many. It can happen. It's happening already. By the way, it's happening already. Watch less news. As a matter of fact, don't watch any of it. You'll eventually find out if there's a hurricane coming. That's my attitude. I'll find out if there's a hurricane coming. Don't worry. When I see that all the bread is gone and there's no milk, I'll be like, oh, there's a storm coming. Alright. That's all I have. That's all I have. I hope that resonated, or at least made some sense. I was looking back at some of my older videos from when I did hauls and makeup videos and stuff, and that was a beautiful community that was so very supportive of me, the makeup community, and I wanted to apologize to them for switching it up on them. Because that's a very particular community, but this is another community, right? And I'm okay with my decision. It was necessary. It's not something I can do anything about. It's my journey, it's my purpose to do this, and I'm on my way to fulfilling all these goals that I have for myself, and it's exciting. All right. That's all I got for you. If you like my video, please thumbs up, okay? And if you feel that someone else might enjoy it, you can please share it. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching. Till next time, okay? Mwah. Bye.